So welcome everyone to ADGC 23 for our second weekend of the event. Yep, thank you. To kick us off for the day, we've got our FPO card with first off the tee, Cassie Sweeten representing Dynamic Discs, Disconnection, Throw Pink and Zuka.
Go Cassie!
Yeah, great job.
Shot, Jen. Hey, Sarah. Yeah. Good luck, Lee.
21 State Street.
Hello. Okay. How you doing?
Yep.
Oh, hang on.
The mute button. That's if you want to talk to each other.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Good morning, everybody. We're here. We're joining you live from Melbourne doing the commentary for the FPO card today. Sorry about the delay in starting off. There's been some tech issues, but we are on now. So you've got myself, Emma Winkworth, and
Happy birthday, Mum.
okay, so we
Looks
just
like
had
we're just waiting for a dog walker at the moment.
and a wave to Cassie. So we've just missed the starting shots, unfortunately, but we're on hole one. And let's see what these ladies have today.
Cassie for a second.
Oh, what a nice shot.
Back in the middle. Happy with that. It's been a nice day out there, actually. Emma.
So today, 25, it's supposed to be in Hobart. Beautiful day, clear conditions. Going to be the best day out of the three. We're going to have rain the next few days. So I think they really need to hit the ground running today. We're probably going to see the best scores from the weekend, from today's conditions, I think.
Yeah, it looks to be very clear. Let's see what Sarah can do. Just off to the left a little there.
She's down there, though. That's a putt. She's got what it takes there. So we missed the player profiles as intros as we were getting connected earlier, but I can see Jen Land's walking up now. So Jen's a new girl on the Australian FPO card. I think she's going to do some good things this weekend. I'm pretty excited. I got a chance to play with her at New South Wales Open recently. This is her first time playing with the other three FPO girls. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Step up. She's residing in Australia at the moment. She's originally from Estonia, is that correct?
Yeah, so she's been here, I think, around 6 months. She's based out of Sydney, loving it in Australia and keen to get into some more disc golf competitions.
Why would you with days like this? That's a lovely shot. Beautiful.
That's her second as well. So lovely, because this is a par 3, I believe, par 4. Sorry. Okay, par 4 on first hole. You're giving herself an early birdie look.
Yeah, 200 metres, so it's a kind par 4, isn't it? Touch for a third. Should be hoping to get this fairly close.
I'm just a little bit short on the side of the hill there. You can see, we're coming down the hill at the moment.
Stocious fourth.
Yeah, so for anyone who hasn't played at Poimina and Tassie yet, it's a very hilly course. It is a stunning course, arguably one of the best courses in Australia. There's a few different views out there, but I'm definitely very fond of it. Challenging course to get around up and down and across. And a lot of these holes you're playing with a massive chance of rollaways or flare skips as you're approaching the basket. So it's quite challenging.
This looks to be one of the flatter holes on the course. Would I be right in saying that? Approach. Ooh, just pushing long there, Cassie, but caught up in the long grass, so she's got a putt there.
And you know what? Cassie's been in really good form lately. Obviously, multiple national championship for us, been around for a long time, really solid player. And, she just come out of a win from Eruption a couple of weeks ago. I think she's probably feeling pretty confident this weekend. I'm expecting to see some really good scores out of her.
Yeah, it was a big win in Gambia. She definitely bought everything and sort of led from start to finish, didn't she?
That weekend she did, yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of battle we get this weekend with the four of them. Yeah, great approach shot from Tosh.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah, that's bread and butter for her.
Yeah, it seems to be a strength, doesn't it? Among other things. But yeah, her upshot game, from what I've seen of Tosh, is probably the strongest part. She's so reliable.
Ooh, in a little bit of a tree there on the side upshot from Sarah. Look, pretty exciting to see that the girls are really starting to build and develop their sidearms a lot more. And this is definitely a course you want a sidearm for. You know, a lot of the
Right.
plays on the holes are against the grain of the hill, where you're likely to, you know, slide down if you're playing a regular backhand approach. Sidearm's going to have you landing up the hill.
Now Jen has a long look. Just a little short. Look good though out of the
Great
hand.
run. Yeah, look, she's got a great putt. At least the weekend that I played with her, she was on fire. So expecting good things there.
Oh, I should be hoping to bring more of that this weekend for sure.
Sarah, so you can see she's got her Heiser Flight top on, her main sponsor, and Cassie, as she's walking up, Dynamic Discs, one of many sponsors. We'll get through them all, no doubt, across today and the next couple of rounds. But yeah, how good are all of the sponsors just picking up our players, helping to grow the sport locally, and sponsors for the event this weekend. Massive shout outs, I think, to Disconnection, RPM Discs, and then there's a whole range of other sponsors, including, you know, Tasmanian councils and government bodies as well, which is exciting to see.
Certainly. And RPM Discs, obviously, for sponsoring this hole, which we didn't get to mention earlier, but thank you very much, RPM Discs.
Let's see if Cassie can clean this one up as well.
Just taking her time to get a good foothold there. Lovely.
Yeah. Beautiful shot, Cassie.
As they all tap out, and we move to hole 2.
Alrighty, so I'll just follow along as we go on to the next hole. Here's our flyover. So as you can see, 207 metre par 5. And we're working around the shape of the course here, straight on down. This is actually a slow flyover. It's giving us a bit of time.
We're speeding up now.
Let's feel it. So you can see that the basket's tucked away in some trees there. That's actually uphill. It doesn't come across so much like that in the flyover there, but where that basket is, it's positioned uphill and to the side. So yeah, it can present a bit of a challenge getting up and in there. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the line of attack is for the ladies as they come on through.
Even just the walk through there looks to be lovely, doesn't it? The sun coming through the trees.
A nice place to be walking in the park for sure. Alrighty, so it looks like the ladies, most of the ladies there have some caddies for them, which is exciting to see. It makes a big difference to the game up and down these hills, no doubt. You don't want to be out at Tassie if you're not in good physical form this weekend. It's a struggle up and down the hills. Throwing's one thing, getting around it is another. I know that last time I played it, I had my challenges. Yeah, but look, this weekend we're at Tassie for Australian Disc Golf Championships, obviously. This was my first ever Australian Disc Golf Championships 8 years ago, Tassie.
Wow.
I really wish I was there this year. Unfortunately, couldn't make it, but yeah, each year we go across each state and territory, and we've looped back, at least in my lifetime of disc golf, which is, yeah, pretty exciting.
Which
and
is 8 years, you said.
8 years. 8 years. I didn't realise it's been so long. You know, and just looking at the girls there today, so Tosh started around the same time as me. Cassie's been playing a lot longer, you know, and she just has that experience and as we know, just really talented. Jen and Sarah, they both started playing around the same time, 2020,
Right.
where we had a massive influx of players, obviously, from
Was there any
COVID.
particular reason for that?
Look, disc golf was one of the few things you could do in all the lockdowns that we had, right? We certainly saw a big wave of new players during that time. The most recent time that I played in Tassie, I played against Sarah. Obviously, when she was new into the game, came in through FA1. Look, she beat me straight away then, and she sailed away ever since. So, good on her.
You remember that one, obviously.
Yeah. So you can see now that we're down the bottom of the hill. Okay, so you've got a Mando, that power pole. You can see there's a red sign on it, so you've got to be throwing to the side. And, you know, this is par 5. We've got a lot of work to do to get around that and up the hill before we even think about getting into where the basket is amongst the trees.
Yeah, so it looks like making the Mando is the first hurdle. It's not one you want to miss, obviously, and give away an early shot.
Big chance of fading left into the scrub there, and you don't want to be in there. It's not a great next shot. Trust me, I have been there before. Oof. That looks like a pretty good crush from Cassie.
Stay in. Yes, I think.
Pushing the OB line, but she is okay.
She's in.
She's in.
Jen with the sidearm.
Yeah. Just made it nice and easy,
Yeah,
really,
easy as
didn't
you
she?
like. Up to a good spot. Opened up the hole. The rest of the hole. Brought to you by Granada Tavern. Hole 2 is today.
Thank you very much. Hopefully a few of the players will be out enjoying everything that you have to offer over there.
Look at that view in the background. Stunning, isn't it?
There's a lot of good views around this course for sure. Ooh, yes.
Oh, she didn't miss it.
She got it. I thought she was just going to sail between them then for a minute, but she's landed okay. You know, she definitely took the risky line.
So they're all in. That's amazing.
Some could call it the pro line. If she had have nailed that, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, actually, it's shaping up to be a really nice shot, actually.
Yeah.
Just testing the Mando a little there.
Yeah. But you can see the players being forced to choose a sidearm or a pretty straight or slightly flippy shot on a lot of their shots around this course, you know, straight away here. And if you don't execute it, you're in trouble. Next shot's pretty open here for Tosh. The problem is, you know, it's taking up more distance. The more pinched off you are here, we're actually going up and around to the left from here. So, you know, she's not going to get as much distance up to the left as she wants probably now.
She's going to want to take as tight a line as she can then around the tree.
Yeah, or just play it safe and give yourself that next shot, right?
That's what she's done.
Yeah. Yeah, great shot.
Yep.
I'm not sure what disc Sarah's throwing at the moment, but I don't know. I just have a feeling that it's something probably super flippy, and she's just putting heaps of juice on that.
She's given that a rip, hasn't she?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. There's something about people that have come into disc golf from ultimate frisbee that they just have this pure love and skill of throwing really understable discs. It's amazing because, you know, they can really get a lot of distance out of them if they shape them right.
They don't look anywhere near as dangerous when they throw them, do they?
Let's see what Jen's got for us here. She's certainly in a good position for this next shot.
Yeah, she's up near Sarah.
Yeah, so that's quite a big heave uphill. You know, not necessarily that obvious on camera either, but it's definitely an incline there. So
Oh, finishes in the same spot.
yeah,
You know, I thought Cassie was going to have to go wider there because she's a bit closer to the tree, but
yeah,
she sorted that out without a problem.
She wasn't too bad, was she?
No.
But you can see there those girls are throwing shot for shot really at the moment. Not a surprise to me in terms of what I've seen from them with their distance and their control. You know, Tosh got a bit unlucky on this one. And, you know, really though, I'm thinking on this course, it's anyone's game. Tosh has a lot of consistency, so where she doesn't have quite the same distance, I mean, she's got quite a good distance, she doesn't have quite the same. She makes up for it in a lot of her control and her approach and putt. So it's definitely something you need at this course. And she did mention to me the course is playing friendly this weekend, so that's what you want to hear.
It's playing friendly.
Good vibes coming into today, right?
That's good. Yep, just pushes her way a little further up the hill.
Yep. And this is where you're starting to think about placement to make sure that in your next shot you're going to be able to get into where the basket is, right? Because you're shooting up into a cavity in the trees. So it's not just a matter of just throw and land anywhere. You're really starting to think about where you're ending up.
Starting to get an idea of the incline, just watching them walk up the hill too.
Look,
they're working hard.
My calves and my ankles are thanking me for sitting down doing the commentary today, I think.
Yeah, I'm finding it pretty easy at the moment so far.
Absolutely beautiful, clear day though. Look at that blue sky.
So Jen for a third here. Lovely stand.
Oh, is she going to get straight in there?
She's going to push it.
No, okay, sure. So it's a bit deceiving to see on the camera.
How's that
there.
for placement though, Emma?
Yeah, it looks like she's right at the front door, right? So that's what you want.
Yep.
See if Cassie can answer to that with the same or better. Pulled a little out to the right, I think. Let's see.
Yeah, not as much fade going up the hill.
Yeah.
That is absolutely breathtaking.
Hello, Tassie.
Good morning.
Isn't that amazing? Imagine just being there first thing. Ladies teeing off at 8 a.m. today. They no doubt had to get up pretty early, go and have a morning coffee and just, you know, suck in those views. So you can see Sarah's already off to a pretty good start here for the weekend. And, you know, in terms of how the girls are going to battle it out and compete with each other, I think today is really important. I think whoever sets the pace today is really going to come away pretty strongly. Obviously, we all know getting a good score each day helps, but in the mental challenge as well, you know, when they're so close, every shot counts, and just coming in with that motivation tomorrow, knowing that you've
starting behind.
Yeah, I think you really want to be finishing up the top today.
Yeah, look, by the sound of it too, from what you told me, it's taking advantage of the weather as well. If it's only going to get worse,
yeah,
which we hope is not the case, because it's absolutely stunning out there today. So
no, it's supposed to be raining the next couple of days, unfortunately, and some people play better in the rain. If you're like me, you don't. You really fall apart. So that can play in some people's favour, obviously. But in either case, nobody's going to be playing their best in those conditions, I wouldn't have thought.
That's probably fair to say. Just a little bit busier, isn't it, of a game to play when it's wet. A lot more to do, a lot more to think about.
And you can see Tosh with her sponsorship shirt as well, 4th circle
She's
discs.
going to push through the gap.
She's in there.
And, yep, she's got a putt from there. It's an uphill putt, but it's a putt.
Yeah, putting to that basket uphill, pretty safe. You know, a lot of the baskets on this course, you've got a lot of chances of rollaways when you're putting.
Cassie's in the circle.
But it's pretty flat up there.
I'm going to say it's probably a hole you don't want to roll away on. Is it probably fair to say?
Okay, look, I've seen some things.
Water.
I've definitely seen some things up on this hill, right? And not so much on this hole, on some of the other holes cutting across, which we'll obviously get to later. You can get massive rollaways all the way down the hill.
She's not too deep in the trees.
That's okay. She can putt from there. She's a bit blocked in, but, you know, it's pretty close to the basket, really. Yeah, and Sarah getting caught as well. So, you know, like I said, it's a really hard basket to get into. You know, so first of all, you're battling Mando, quite a long hole, massive, huge uphill battle. And then you get up there. You finally make it up there, and then you've got to try and get in. Still,
yeah, the uphill approach is not an easy shot either, is it?
Yeah, look, all I can say is, hey, Cassie, those girls, I'm glad they're making the most of it early on. And I'm glad this hole's at the start, because imagine getting around 18 holes and having to do this at the end. You would just be exhausted.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel tired now. Just watching.
Hey, Cass.
Cassie's hating being on camera at the moment.
Alright, so Sarah just is a really focused player. Let's see what she brings here. Didn't quite have the distance. Again, that's quite an uphill putt, I suppose, but not so many chance of roll.
Tosh for the bogey putt here. It's a tough one. Oh, gave it a good run.
Look, if anyone's going to make that putter, I would be saying it is her, right? She is a really strong putter.
Now, Jen's got an in the trees putt for par here.
Bit of a straddle, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot of straddle shots this weekend as well, just the nature of the hills, never mind the trees.
Oh, yes.
Well done. So, you know.
You're right, she did have a putt from there.
Not a gimme, but, you know, I know how these girls play. So
solid par putt.
Not a surprise to me.
Cass will be looking to match her on this too. She won't want her to get away with one early, obviously. Just put the pressure on her.
Ooh, just a little bit off. One of the things that you find navigating playing off the hill and trying to get more distance is still keeping that aim in place.
Tosh taps out for a double bogey, I believe.
So I did just miss the scores then. How are we placed after our first couple of holes? There's already a bit of separation, isn't there?
There is a little. We just...
This is the type of course, so things are going to go up and down and around. You know, whatever the separation is now, it's not to say it's going to keep going in that same direction by any means. As you can see, we're coming into, look, in a way, one of my favourite holes in at the Poimina course. It's a challenge, but I tell you what, it's a beautiful hole to play. And if you nail this hole, it feels amazing. So you're playing out through that tight tunnel of trees from the tee pad out into the open, and then we're moving down. You can see that the basket's protected just behind some trees, some larger trees. Now, again, the camera footage does not do this justice. We're playing massively downhill once you're out at the open, okay? So first of all, you need to get a straight shot to get through the trees, but you need to be mindful of what your disc is going to do when it gets out there, because hugely downhill, and you don't want to be getting either just dumped because you've left the disc too high, or anything wild that's going to flip and roll all the way down the hill.
So yeah, Jen's taken the box here, and she's moved into the lead at even at the moment. Yeah, she's hit an early one.
Ooh, yeah. Not
Hopefully
easy to get out of
too
here, right? Look, it can be a bit hard when you're in the sides of this, that you don't often have a lot more to do than to just throw back into the fairway. We'll see where she's ended.
Cassie's just a shot behind, just dropping one on that par 5. She's 2 shots behind, possibly.
Is she? I thought they were both sitting at even at the moment.
Sorry, she's 1 over. That's the tree kick you want, I think. The one that kicked you back in the middle.
I mean, I just want Sarah to juice this right through the guts and get down there.
Yeah.
I don't want any
I
tree
reckon she can do
kicks.
it.
Ooh.
Back into the middle.
Yeah, she's ended really well. Okay, so Tosh, come on, please show us how this hole is supposed to be played. It's a good separator, this hole. Definitely, if you're getting out there, you can see a lot of people are not. And also just hitting into the trees on the left. So
She got a fair way down, but just, yeah, unfortunately, kicking into the trees on the left.
Definitely a challenging hole, but as I said, that type of hole that if you make it out there, it feels amazing. Even really, you need to consider off the tee of this hole, are you better off just trying to lay up into the fairway and make sure that you're giving yourself that next shot open? A couple of girls here got lucky with their hits back into the middle. Some didn't, and you don't want to be that one.
No shot.
Alrighty, let's see how Cassie can get herself out of here. It's not looking like too bad of a look from where she's landed. You know, as always, you're just going to have to get a nice shape on the disc. That looked like it might have been.
It might be out.
I'm not sure if that's her saint or her grace. I don't know. That just looking at the colour of that, it looks like either one of those. And she did have those discs both flagged to be thrown a lot this weekend, which is no surprise to me. Yeah.
Jen does exactly what you suggested she should do.
You just have to take your medicine sometimes. Don't be a hero.
As much as it hurts. As much as it hurts.
Yeah. Look, there was nothing good that was going to happen out of her trying to throw through that any other way.
It takes a strong-minded disc golfer to admit that, doesn't it?
That's what separates, us AM players from the pros, right?
Yeah, just that, nothing else. Apart from that, we're practically identical.
And you can see, I guess, in saying that, just look at the posture, the form that the players have right through, every step of their game and how they stand. as they're playing. So unfortunately, that one didn't quite come out. Don't think she pulled through enough, but she should be pretty open for the next shot.
How deep is Toshi in that?
Feeling another throw out, but let's see where the disc is.
She has a sidearm, Emma.
She does have a sidearm, so she might be able to get, a little bit up the fairway as opposed to just throwing out. But
Brings the roll away into play, though, doesn't it?
Look, she's actually not too far in. Okay, I see that bit of orange is actually the disc. I wasn't quite sure. She might have something
she's
here.
Gonna go for it.
Yep.
She's fully stretched at the moment. Oh, I don't know what that hit. Was it a trampoline on the fairway there, was it?
I'm just feeling like that cut rolled back into the trees. So when I first saw that flip over, I was thinking, oh, we're going to have a downhill roller, which is exciting, but not what, exciting for us spectators.
For the viewers.
Not what you want in the game. She's cut rolled back into the trees. Also not what you want because she may be blocked again for her next shot.
I'm going to say that cut bounced. Oh, it's not too far.
Yeah. Just a punishing hole if you don't nail that first shot or two, as we can see here. But you know what? We're only on hole 3. We've got a lot of disc golf still to play and nothing that can't be made up at this stage.
Takes the pitch out.
Jen with a sidearm. I'm not at all surprised to see her playing a lot of sidearm this weekend.
She's around the bush.
It's down there. Yeah, Look, it's open. She can see the basket. She can have a long run at it. You'd like to be closer, of course.
There's worse spots, though.
There's definitely worse spots when she's obviously caught a tree there, so... and it is a decision as you're throwing in here. Are you trying to go through the trees, around the trees, and if around, which way? My preference is just probably more of a backhand hyzer line around the trees and hopefully skip up the hill a little bit.
She's gone through.
Tosh has really great straight throwing
Great
skills,
control.
So that is not a surprise. That's turned out quite well. A little bit shorter than she wants to be.
And a downhill putt.
The downhill putt's the concerning part on this course in this position. If she runs it and misses, she could certainly get a big roll away.
Yeah, that camera angle is really giving you the idea of just how sloped it is on this hole.
You can get glimpses of it, yeah.
Oof. Unfortunately, hitting it.
Yeah, and not sure if that would have been her putter or her mid-range. She has quite a few in there, I think, that are white. All dynamic discs, obviously. So she's throwing a Truth, Saviour. She's got a Shield as her putter. Could be any one of those that she's trying to get into the basket.
Depends where it fits in on the colour scale of the bag, doesn't it?
She does have one of the nicest organised colour rainbows when it comes to that. Sarah, on the other hand, has a really mixed bag, throws a lot of different stuff. I'm not sure what that disc would have been, but as I said earlier, she does tend to throw quite a few understable discs. when it comes to drivers. And Tosh has been putting with her pure putter for a very long time, and she's very good with that thing. So let's see how it goes.
Sit. So it's going to be Jen next with the half look around the tree. I'm not sure how much that's obstructing. It looks like she's got a pretty solid look at it.
The issue is here the uphill. That makes the putt a lot longer than it is, just in relativeness. Oh, she's right
It's a
under
good
it.
layup.
Caught a little bit of the tree, but she sat there. Look, this certainly isn't the type of hole you want to have early in your game, but I think we're going to see this as a trend throughout all of the cards today.
Yeah, a bit of separation at the beginning, definitely. Oh,
Oof.
wow.
Great putt, Sarah.
Makes a long putt and runs it in. She's happy with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, look, she's quite a solid putter. I know that, you know,
Big smile on her face.
she herself wouldn't claim herself to be a good putter, but she is quite a good putter.
Yeah, solid
Cleaning
putt.
it up. Looks like there's a little bit of wind coming across the hill there as well. Wonder how much that's going to impact them today, especially as they get up the top of the hill. It gets windier up there.
I feel
Obviously,
like
it's more open.
the kind of place that always carries a bit of wind. It's just on the bay there, and it's quite hilly as well. So I'd imagine it. There's always a little bit there.
Yeah. Definitely up the top.
As you move into hole 4,
swirls a bit more.
a little bit of something a bit gentler. 103 metre par 3 over the road. No OBs or sorry, there is OB on the road.
The road would definitely be OB.
Yep.
Yeah. So this hole, look, actually, you can play this. Hi everyone. I think we're on camera. Hello. Good to see you. We are here out of Melbourne this morning. We couldn't be over in Tassie. Look, if I was there, I would definitely be playing. Not sure if I'd do the commentary and play, but here we are. I am living through the ladies this morning, and it's really exciting. Look, that hole, I think it's a gettable hole, this one. It's definitely a gettable hole. But with everything at Tassie, it can be quite punishing if you miss it. You can get rollerways down onto the road and the road that goes all the way down that way.
Yeah, there's a couple of trees too just over the road that, if you hit them, it's anything can happen, I suppose, after that.
But all 4 of these ladies are going to be aiming to get straight across the road off of the tee, I believe. I don't think anyone's trying to lay up.
Excellent. That's what we want to see.
We'll wait and see, though. I may be wrong. You can see, probably from this angle, that they are playing slightly downhill towards the road, but where the basket is on the other side, it's uphill again, right? So they need to be throwing, high or steady, not playing down the hill.
Get off that. Get off it. Get off it. Yep. Yeah, you're good. It's set.
Okay, so we're playing short of the road.
Just short of the road.
Yep.
Just to make it a nice, easy approach.
Yeah,
Take the OB
okay.
out of the play.
Okay, interesting. Oh, hit a tree. Doesn't have a choice but
Knocks
to
it
land
down.
down
Is that
there.
the first of many tactics we're going to see from Cassie this weekend?
You think that's a tactic?
Yeah, I reckon it is.
Well, look, it's pretty exciting. There's definitely battles going on now, right? So it's the women's field's getting bigger and better all of the time. And so you can't just show up and be good enough. You've got to constantly be evolving, and Cassie's definitely responded to that challenge pretty well, I've got to say. And Torish is actually in an amazing spot there, just short of the OB line, couldn't be any closer. But that opens up the next shot. So I don't believe, unless I missed something at the start there, I don't believe any of the girls went across the road, which I thought that they would, actually. So
how far is the road from the tee pad?
Well, the hole's only 103 metres. So you're thinking that's probably around 70 to 80 metres short of the road. I'm not sure.
They all decided it wasn't worth it. Anyway.
They can throw further, yeah. They're playing smart on this hole. Probably knocked back a little bit of confidence on the last hole. Not prepared to risk it. Just going to play smart and go for an easy par, I suppose, as opposed to trying to get a birdie. And even then, you can see that Jen hit a tree. She's fallen short and maybe not in the best place to even get that par now. So she's got some work to do.
Well, it's neck and neck at the moment between our top three. So,
not sure exactly, but I think that this is a zone. I know that when I played with Jen, she was using zones a lot on her sidearm. With her sidearm game, and one hasn't come quite as close as we'd like it to, but she's given herself a chance.
She approaches a lot with her sidearm, does she?
She does, actually. Yeah, even on a flat course. This course is really made for that sidearm, but New South Wales Open was pretty flat and she still did a lot of sidearm.
Ooh. Give it a run.
Imagine that. That's what we need. I think we need one of those today.
Yeah,
Round
big
one.
throw-in or an
big
ace.
Throw-in. Exactly right.
Let's get an ace.
Well, I think Tosh was probably the most recent ace out of these ladies that I'm aware of at the Melbourne Celebrates event a few months back.
Oh, do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Hole 17, I believe.
Exactly. Great hole to ace, and I believe she came away with a pretty nice ace pull for that.
Good on her, and so you should.
Always go in an ace pool. Who are these people that don't? I've seen it too many times. People getting aces, they weren't in the ace pool. Too bad, so sad. I do not feel sorry for you.
To me, you're talking about that.
It's a community game. It's a community pool. Everyone should put into it.
It takes a little level of organisation, though, unfortunately.
Yep. Nice position for her next shot. And as you can see, it's her grey pure disc she's had in the bag, I imagine, from the start, really.
So, looking to keep it fairly clean on this hole, the ladies. Probably.
Look, Jen's got a bit of work to do from over here to make that putt. I think she's probably looking at a bogey, but we'll see what happens. You can never write them
Where's
off.
the confidence? She's in a par, I reckon.
Oh, yeah. Again, you can see the basket looks like it's stacked on her head. It's quite uphill here, so it makes it way further than it looks just in terms of position away from the basket. Oh, she gave it a good bid.
Did. This is another one I'm going to say you don't want to roll away on.
100%, yeah. So putting to this basket, you can get that nasty roll away.
Never get the disc back.
You will
actually,
go.
Away.
You know that road keeps going down, and there's holes down there. We'll come to those later. But if you end up down there, you're well and truly OB. Probably a lost disc as well.
Yeah, great putt.
Yeah.
Sarah for pass.
Look, her putting's on fire.
2 in a row.
Yeah, she's
That's
she's
where
back.
she's going to do it. That's where she's going to do it.
She wasn't quite there at Eruption recently. You know, we all have bad
Eruption.
weekends
You
now
know
and then.
Gambia can do that to you. Crater Lakes.
So, yeah, it's good to see her coming back strong this weekend.
Cassie Pars. Tosh for her par.
Yep, nicely done.
And Jen finishes with a bogey. Hopefully.
What
Was
kind
worried
of
about
thing
the
is that to
commentator's curse.
say? Oh, you will
She
not be
just took a
welcome back,
little
my
longer.
friend.
That's how much I knew she was going to make it.
Okay. Moving on up the hill.
Disconnection is about supporting Australian players, seasoned and up and coming. I have a fantastic team of players that help contribute to an amazing support network. Outside of our online and physical store, you'll also see us supporting events such as the Perth Open. Disconnection, connecting you with discs.
And we are back. So thanks to Disconnection, again, great little ad there. Par 3, 106 metres, as you can see on screen, hole number 5. So this one, they're really playing across the side of the hill there. Hello, we're back on camera. Look, this one, if I'm remembering correctly, I think when it was my first championships 8 years ago, this was the hole where there was an epic battle. There was a playoff in MPO. Right. So it was Chris Finn and I've forgotten the other guy's name. Right.
It was 8 years ago.
He was pretty good. He's not here anymore. It came down to the last hole, down to a putt where, you know, things happened. It was windy up there and we saw a 30-centimetre putt miss. And, you know, instead of it going to a playoff, somebody else taking a win. It was quite dramatic. I'm pretty sure this was the basket that happened on. You know, so it's just got a lot of emotion around it, this hole. So you can see Sarah, I think, ended in a good position.
Double Mando ahead there, which you can probably see. Which I think we missed if Cassie made that.
So this hole, it's actually quite technical, yeah. So you're just looking down, so it's sloping it quite dramatically down to the left, and you have the Mando and you have all the OB. Right, so you really need to play a bit of a shaped shot, I believe. That's not what you want. Okay, so obviously missed the Mando there. The problem is around giving yourself an open next shot as well. So it's not a matter of just getting around the Mando and down there. You need to leave yourself in a good position to play up and to the right, which means you want to be down as far forward as you can and maybe a little bit to the left. You don't want to be too pinched off.
Or you just go all the way past everything, like Jen just
did.
And you've probably in C2. Yeah, so this hole's sponsored by Glenorchy City Council, which his local council. And as all disc golfers and all disc golf clubs know, it's always wonderful to have your council on board with the sport.
Yes, thank you very much.
So it's great that they're being supportive. So we're heading to the drop zone now. I'm not sure if Cassie doesn't look like she's walking towards it, just Tosh at this stage. So
Yeah, I think Cassie's going to go and pick up Tosh's disc, which is really helpful.
I feel
nice
like
thing
they
to
all
do.
made it except Tosh, but I didn't see the camera angle for Cassie's shot. So
So actually, are we playing just straight ahead to this basket? It's not up to the right?
no, it's pretty straight.
Yeah, right. So they've changed. I think this hole's changed from the one I'm remembering.
There's a nice little approach from Tosh there. Should be hoping to get away with a double or a single bogey, sorry.
What an assist, very assistive caddy Ben Kennedy is. Look at him go.
He's
Love
got up
it.
nice and early for today's round, isn't he?
Great guy, really great guy, Ben. Yeah.
I think he's even colour matched himself to fit in with Cassie's purple and greens. It looks uncomfortable in there, so should just be hoping to get out of there, I imagine.
Oof.
And she's well and
She had
truly out.
some juice on it, but yeah, she didn't let that stop her at all, really. So, Jess, have you ever been to Tassie?
I have never been to Tassie.
Right, so not just for disc golf, you haven't
never
been
in
there.
my entire
Yeah,
life.
yeah, right. So
Which people always look at me funny when I say that.
you need to get over there. You need to play this course. They do normally the two heads competition, I think, every March. It's early in the year anyway, if it's Feb or March. Really fun competition.
Look, I did look at going
amazing
earlier
course.
this year. I did a cost analysis, and unfortunately, just in case there's anyone out there who's looking to sponsor me, I couldn't afford to go. So
Wasn't in the budget
anyone
this year.
who's interested.
Oh, look, travel costs, cost of living, everything's pretty wild at the moment. So, I think there's a few people in the same boat.
But I'll absolutely love to get out there, especially seeing it.
Great.
Putting on a lovely
upshot
day
there.
today. I don't know if I'll go in winter, though. I'm not really a winter person, so I
Look,
hear it gets quite cold.
Tassie's still going to get cold today. It's 25 today, peak during the day. The nights will still get quite cold down in Hobart there. It's quite down south. And then, there's hills there, there's water factor, there's wind chill. If you go to Tassie, Mount Wellington's quite close to here. Not even sure how high up above sea level it is, pretty far. It is freezing up there, but man, the views are amazing.
Yeah, it looks like a beautiful
Definitely
place.
something to do. And Cassie, unfortunately, didn't quite make that putt. Probably not like her to miss a circle edge putt, to be honest. But again, she's playing across and up the hill there. It does make it a bit harder.
So she showed just how important it is to get a good drive out there in this hole. She ended up right in the trees, and it sort of left her a tricky second shot, and then a fairly long putt. So really important to get all the way up there.
Yeah, and look, I mean, she'll just get the next shot and take the bogey. Is what it is. Just take that one and move on, really.
Jen takes her par. She'll be happy with that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just dying to see a score update. Sorry, I keep missing the little flash ups on the screen of where everyone is overall as they close out this hole. So we've got, is this right? Cassie's even, Sarah's +2. Is this, am I looking at the right thing?
Let's try and we'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, okay. Let us sort some things out over here and we'll come back.
As they navigate their way through what looks to be a picnic area there, barbecues. Big water tank in the background.
Hey, my name's Reece Valios and I'm the founder of Disconnection. So I've been playing disc golf for about 10 years and the sport's done so much for me, and Disconnection is a way of me trying to grow the sport here in Australia. Our primary focus is keeping disc golf sales local, and this was the original reason for me creating Disconnection. Our goal is to grow and stock as many discs as possible so that players can buy them locally. Disconnection, connecting you with discs.
No, it should be right now. I just figured out that Hole 6 is 112-metre par 3, sloping to the right, but fairly straight apart from that. We've got OB on the left, no Mandos to speak of, but looks fairly blind from the tee pad from what I can see.
Looks like that tee pad's under construction, or at least it was when the flyover was done. Got to say, the course is looking amazing. They've done a lot of work on the tee pads. You know, some of them have that fake grass platform. This one, I think, is that compacted sand. Really nice to play off of, actually.
This hole sponsored by our friends, of course, at Disc Golf Warehouse.
So I saw Jen using her chalk bag. Wondering if that's just part of her routine or if there is a bit of humidity out there or moisture on the ground.
Get away from that. It's okay. Just outside circle there, Jen. And laughing and smiling, so must be happy with that one.
Oh, caught a bit of tree when it's down there. Is that right?
Yeah, it's caught a tree about halfway or 3/4 away down the fairway.
It's a shame it caught the tree because that looked like it was a crush. And you know who else has been crushing drives lately? Georgia Carroll, who's playing in FA1 with me.
She has been.
Oh, she can throw just as far, if not as far, if not further. I reckon that some of these girls just doesn't have the consistency.
Yeah, I saw her play at
in the rest of the game, but the drives, whoa.
Crater Lakes for a few holes and they just keep going, don't they?
Pretty impressive. So just going for a bit of a score update. I think some of the numbers may be wrong on the updates on the screen, but you know, looking at PDGA, the live scoring, so we've got Sarah on +2, Cassie and Jen both on +3, and Tosh just a little bit back on +8. All pretty close though, really, in the scheme of
Sarah
things.
putting herself to a one-shot lead at the moment. Just short of the circle there. Oh, no, it's inside. That was Cassasek.
Alrighty, so let's see what Tosh has to give us here. She's making sure she is aiming high. She is doing a shaped shot. Whoa. Oh, we've lost eyes on it. I think nobody was expecting her to do such a shape shot. She's normally always doing those straight throws, really controlled.
Ash has lost it. I think he's still looking for it, actually.
The boys from Park Tate keeping things live for us, along with a number of other people that are making this live footage happen this weekend. I tell you what, though, I wouldn't want to be the guys on the cameras going up and down and around this hilly course 2 times a day to cover FPO and then MPO. What an effort. You're going to be pretty tired, I imagine, by the end of this.
Yeah, I did it myself at Crater Lakes, and that was enough.
Yeah, that's relatively flat, right?
It doesn't look anywhere near as... Crater Lakes isn't anywhere near as hilly as this course, though.
No. So hopefully they've got some plans to go and get a relaxation massage or a spa bath afterwards. Wind down those muscles.
Chan with a birdie putt.
Really scenic shot here too.
Absolutely beautiful. And lays it up. Make sure of the par.
Right, so she has gone into a tree there by the look of it. They've found it. Yeah, okay. Unfortunate. But she's right in there, really. So she's still got a chance at making the putt here.
Oh, off it goes.
Yeah. And you can see how easily they roll
If
here.
that had come out of the basket and the shot would have been a really nice roll up to the basket. If that had come out of the tree, it would have been nice.
Yeah, it's not just the hill, it's how hard the ground is too. You can see they just instantly get up. Yeah, didn't want to take any risks with rollaways on that one.
Ooh. Just a little low.
It's okay, she'll get the comeback. I think that, it's a lot to be said for the mental game on courses like these, so you can start getting that doubt into your head that if you run the putt and miss it, it's going to roll away, and that's when we start hesitating and aiming a bit lower, whatever. I think that, they'll adjust to that.
Cassie charges
Hopefully
off
by...
after her bogey. I'm probably a little unhappy with that.
Do you know, Jason, was this actually the first card off today? this weekend. Obviously, Nationals is across the 2 weekends this year, with the novice and some of the age and gender protected divisions playing last weekend. And then, the split of some of more of the advanced and open players this weekend. This 8 a.m. FPO round is the first card of the day. Okay.
I feel like it is, yeah.
And they're breaking in the course.
Yeah, which will be something different for all of them, won't it?
Yeah. Yeah, well, normally in the FPO, they're playing much later in the day.
Hole 7, tee pad under construction. Par 4, 142 metres. And as we bend around to the right, trees absolutely everywhere. So it's just about navigating your way. I don't believe that road's OB.
No,
it's not.
But what is OB is over on the left, that
The water tank?
the giant water tank. I believe it's from the fence and beyond.
Yeah, it is. There's a fence around
the tank. Look, I have seen people get in there. I don't think it's super likely. So again, this is just really about placement off of the tee on this hole.
Good news is they finished the tee pad. They must have got up early this morning and done that.
You can see that she's shaped that around really nicely. Oh. There you go. There's those everywhere trees that you were talking about.
Yeah, they're just sort of situated everywhere. You can put them all in one place and make it easier, but...
A scattering?
Yeah.
Like a plotograph. What is it? What are those? Not a plotter. A scattergraph, I guess.
Yep. That'll do. Is that sidearm from Jen, which we hear a lot about? This whole sponsored by Mountain River Finance Consulting. Thank you very much to them.
Just a huge amount of sponsors this weekend. It's amazing.
Maybe they could help get me to Tasmania. Finance consulting. Maybe they can just work with me and help me.
A really great placement from Cassie. Look at that. She's ended in a really good position.
Lovely
there.
shot.
Yep, she's done the same.
Yeah.
Great shot there. Which I believe was her Opto Fury. May have been her Firehawk. She's got a couple of blue discs.
It is an absolutely stunning day. Every time they give me a shot of the sky, it looks better.
Look, you're getting a good side view of the hill, I'd say, there, when you look at the plane of the water behind. And we're actually at the top of the hill. It's pretty flat up here compared to everything they've been playing so far. So a lot of really fast greens on this course. Even when you're not playing downhill, there still tends to be some level of slant.
I haven't seen any flat parts yet.
No, and the ground's really hard.
That gets out the hill. She's currently leading Sarah on 2 over.
Yeah, beautiful shot.
Nice little Annie shot there.
Let's see if Tosh can get in close to the basket here. Unfortunately, just a bit low. Part of the problem of navigating these hilly courses, I suppose.
Still clean that up. Stop.
Yeah, look, not where you want to be, but as you can see, you're not going to roll OB because of the fence. Yeah, but really from there, she should have been, or would have been hoping to be, right under the basket.
Absolutely, but is it par 4? Tosh for a third. Get through. That's a putt from there.
Definitely.
A little pinched off behind the tree, but
Look,
she'd
as
be
I
happy
said,
with that.
lots of straddles this weekend.
Yeah, true.
Don't play at Poimina if you don't like straddling.
Yeah, it's just sort of the way it plays. Plenty of trees around the basket.
Yeah. Oh, that's like a laser beam.
Yeah.
Great upshot there from Jen. Yeah, so speaking of Jen being here only recently from Estonia, I think she wanted us to do a bit of a shout out to all of her friends and family back home in Estonia. Hopefully you are watching and following along. Hello.
Yeah, hello to you all. And we're taking good care of her over here. She seems to be enjoying herself anyway. I don't know what time it is in Estonia, actually.
Yeah.
It's just after midnight, we've just found out. So hopefully you've all stayed up to watch. She's certainly hoping you are. Good up from Cass there.
So it's interesting when we get a moment looking, like this while somebody's preparing for their putt. What are the putting routines that people have to activate their body, their memory, make sure that they do what they always do, right? So you can see Tosh has a bit of a kick step, let's just make sure my leg's awake. I've seen a few people that have different like disc flipping routines. Do you have a routine, do you reckon, Jace? Is there anything that you're aware of that you're doing consciously or subconsciously?
Look, sometimes it's a 2 or 3 step process where I'll start by lining up my foot, working my way up my body and going through my cues. But just the biggest one that I usually have to tell myself is to make sure I transfer my weight back. So that's a big one to sort of start. There's a lot of other mistakes that I make during a putting routine. So as the round goes on, I'm usually adjusting my cues. But yeah, that's the main one, is just really leaning back onto that back leg.
Yeah, right. Let's go over to an ad from PM Bits. Another great event sponsor.
Hole 8. Emma, what are we dealing with here?
Well, as you can see, we're moving uphill, 140 metres uphill. If I remember correctly, that road there on the right-hand side is OB. Is that correct? It's not playing OB
it's not
this
playing
weekend?
OB in this tournament.
Oh, interesting. Okay, makes it a bit easier maybe. So yeah, I mean, in that case, it opens up the lines, but you can definitely try and go for a bit of distance and play probably understable up the hill. Well, probably off your first shot, you can see you're kind of forced to anyway. It's a bit of a shaped shot really to land into a good position. And then your next shot, depending on where you've landed, you can, now that there's no OB in play on the right hand side, you can do anything you like up there. This is, I think, probably one of the easier holes on the course this weekend. Then, if that OB has been taken out of play,
Yeah, it's a short par 4.
yeah, and you can see there's not, there's trees around, but they're not really too in the way. Oh,
She's gripped that a little bit.
yeah, so I don't think that was what she was intending to do.
Probably safe to say that.
But in saying that, it's probably not too bad over there. Like, we'll need to get eyes on it over there. She's made it out wide enough. She can now start playing up the road, I would have thought.
And it's up there and looks to be fairly central.
Yeah.
Cassie looking to do it exactly the same. Just going for the fade. Didn't quite catch that one. This hole brought to us by Clennett's Mighty Helpful Mitre 10. So thank you very much to Clennett's.
Thanks, Clennett's.
For all your hardware needs. I wonder if they bought supplies for the T-pads at Mighty.
Well, you'd
hope
so. But I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Well, let's just say they did. Thanks for that, Clennett's. Big shout out.
You know who else deserves a shout out? All the volunteers that would be there.
Camera One,
locally helping out this weekend.
Absolutely.
Not just this weekend, but in the lead up, there would have been a lot of work done for an event like this. We all know so much work goes into these type of events.
Definitely.
In this Australian Championships, it moved up to a PDGA A tier, which we don't have as many of in Australia, but we're starting to see more and more, thanks to the sponsors that we're getting, and obviously the work of all the volunteers to bring it together. Really exciting to see. And we're starting to see different travelling pros come across as well.
Yes, we certainly are.
So we've got somebody here this weekend.
Andrew Fish.
Playing in MPO.
From the States, who everyone's pretty excited about. He's a fairly popular figure. And a great disc golfer, we must add. So, yeah, it's great to have him along and making the trip. I mean, it's a long way out here, let's be honest, for anyone.
Australia's far, and then you've still got to get down to Tassie. But well worth a visit if and when you can.
So Andrew Fish has managed to get to Tasmania before I have, so good on you, Andrew.
Look, see, Sarah's open in the road here, so it's not actually a bad play now that that's not OB. Quite interesting.
No, it's not OB.
Probably didn't get as much distance as she wanted then. It's deceiving. It's really hard to tell how far we are going up the hill at a time, right?
Yeah, it's just everything's a hill on this course, isn't it? It's Impressively hilly.
I mean, I told you. I feel like I had this conversation, and I've had people
Yeah,
say, "Oh yeah, I
it's hilly.
played here. It was hilly." I was like, "You've got no idea. You have no idea what a hill is until you've played Boimina."
Well, now I know. I'm sort of getting tired just sort of watching it.
Let's see what Jen has. Look,
got
I feel like looking at it, she should be able to get under the basket from here. But again, I'm like getting confused about the distance. But I feel like it's gettable from there to be up around the basket for a putt.
It is uphill too. Did I mention it?
Yeah. Oh, look.
Oh,
Beautiful skip up.
beautiful. Skip it off the gravel then.
Looking like she's a little bit short, but she's probably got something up there.
A birdie putt, hopefully.
Yeah, but speaking of pros, so last Australian Championships was up in Sunny Coast, right? And we had Jen Allen, we had Drew Gibson,
yep.
we had Stokely. I think we had a couple others. Like, it's epic, right? We're getting so many people. Unfortunately for us, they came and stole all of our titles. I don't like that. Stop doing that. But really exciting. I think up until then, Cassie in FPO has won all of the Australian Championships for quite a while. She'll be looking to claim one back again this weekend, no doubt. But we've got some new people coming up and through. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's great. It's great that they make the effort, take the time and make the effort to come out here. I think it aligns fairly well with the end of season as well, with our summer. So it's a better time to come out here.
A little bit of a slip from Tosh. But yeah, that's exactly what it is, right? So as it comes into the end of the year, the season wraps up. The Asia season begins. So, you get a lot of people going out to Thailand and a few other places start of the year. And this is like an in-between period.
Oh, she's hooked that long.
Yeah, but that's what she's gone uphill. You've got to give it everything. She gets there, and then she forgot to just ease off again because she's on the flat. It happens.
Move if you can.
So other exciting things happening where I can only imagine we'll see some more pro players is Aussie Open's going to be back again next year.
Yes, I've heard.
In November. So, that's a big event that's been run in WA a couple of times before over in Perth. Pretty excited to see more information coming out about that over the coming months, hopefully. And yeah, going to be a great event.
Lovely. Once again, approach from Tosh. Or approach from Tosh.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're clutching. That's
Yeah. Yep. We'll just leave it at approach then.
Hey, Sarah.
Sarah's
hey,
smiling.
ladies. That's good. There's good vibes on the card this weekend. Everybody's happy. How can you not be happy? You're playing disc golf, one of the best courses in the country. Weather's fine. Yeah, g'day. Wish we could hear them actually. See what they're actually saying.
I wish we could talk to them. Is this for birdie? Get
Ooh,
in!
yes. Smooth.
Massive putt. And I reckon there's a grin on that face when she turns around.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, she chose.
Do you know what? Jen was so fun to play with when I played with her in New South Wales Open. And, there was a lot of celebrating the good shots for sure. And, why shouldn't you? You got to enjoy it, right?
Absolutely. That's what the sport's all about.
Yeah. So we're coming up to the top of the hill. Hopefully we'll get a good view around. Yeah, we're looking down the hill. I want to see the other side where the better view is, but cameramen have to do what they do.
Thanks, Kyle.
They need time to get over there. Wind really picks up up here. Great photo opportunities from the top of the hill here, but you can see right across, so you've almost got 360-degree views, right? Doesn't look as windy as it sometimes does get up there, which is not a bad thing, obviously. I think they're just trying to find the right flyover. Here we go. You can see we're playing downhill. Look, playing downhill to a raised basket, which you can see it's like protected in on the rocks there. So what happens is you're throwing downhill, you're picking up a heap of speed, you're going to get massive skips, and big chance of rollaways on your approach game and putting as well. The problem here is with all the trees, you've got to do a controlled shot downhill, keep it pretty straight, or try and shape it. Maybe some of the MPO boys will just do massive spike hyzers actually and just take the trees out of the way. The ladies are going to try and throw down the middle of them. You can get down there, definitely. I think if you just have to be mindful to, if you're juicing it, try and play a little bit short and get the skip towards the basket instead of away from the basket and down the hill. I think there's a bit of rough over on the left if you get a massive left skip from memory. We'll have to just gauge that when we're down there.
It's fading. Not too... Oh!
A little bit into the rough.
Sit down.
I mean,
we lost it.
We've got the rollaways, we've got the skips.
This
is the hole that this stuff happens on, right? Not an easy hole. You look at the distance, 119 metres straight shot, par 3, easy peasy. No, this is not as easy as it's written down on paper.
Look, obviously with the downhill shot, it's going to fade a lot more.
Yeah.
And it's a tight line on the right.
You can't pull to the right, right?
Which Jen found out with her drive. So, yeah, I'm glad it's them and not us.
Yeah. Oof. That might have been a nice correction, I'm not sure. Check out the view. You can just hear those little footsteps. It's eerily quiet out there otherwise. I don't know what's going on.
The gallery must be standing back a little bit.
There's no people. There's no wildlife. Where's all the birds? Get out and support the ladies, people.
I agree.
Come and give them the gallery they need. It's it's going to be a pretty epic battle with them this weekend. They're all pretty close already. I know the excitement's going to build into the next rounds.
Yeah, we're certainly shaping up for if they continue like this. They've been shot for shot, and it's seesawed a few times back and forth. It's come down to a couple of big parts. So this is exactly what we want to see, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it makes it interesting. It's anyone's game. Shots come and go across them, so... Yeah.
Yes,
so
lovely.
She's pulled it just a little bit to the right there, but I think that's caught okay. And, she's given herself a chance at a putt there. And we'll see how she's positioned under the tree.
The tree looks like it's right in front of the basket. Is it?
That one was behind. She threw a bit long and to the right, so just in the back corner a bit, I think. But, yeah, there's bushes and trees scattered all around. And just because it's raised there, protected on that rock mound, even if you're right near it, it's not the easiest putt. Never mind being blocked off by a bit of a tree. Now, I didn't quite see if that skipped out again.
I think it disappeared behind the trees.
Yeah.
So she's going to have another straddle.
There's so much skipping on this green on this one, for sure. Oof! I don't know if that was intentional or not, but, that was almost amazing.
very
It's just
touchy.
landed there anyway, so I think she's okay.
Sarah's just looking for a second with the help of our catch cam Ash. It doesn't look like he's a whole lot of help at the moment, to be honest. It did pick up, and we were scared that it may keep rolling. So we're hoping it hasn't.
Making all of the viewers dizzy.
Oh, she's seen it. And she's not in the water yet, so.
Look, while they're looking for their lost disc, now, you haven't been to Tassie. There's no point in me talking to you about it. I'll tell you about it anyway.
Go on.
Mona, Modern Museum of Old and New Art, sorry.
Right.
It's a modern museum. Amazing place. It is weird and wonderful art in there. Obviously, as per any museum, they've got changing exhibitions. But when I went there, they had this huge mechanical poop machine. They had a digestive system. They could actually feed it. It was mechanical. It went through all these different tracks of processing and it came out with a little poop at the end. It smelt in there like this was a real thing, real food, real poop digested by a machine. Just craziness. Yeah, there's all kinds of other things going on in that place. You have to go and see it. Not really my style of art, certainly wouldn't want something like that in my house or on my walls. Some of the things they've got in there. Fascinating place to go to, though. Definitely
Poop machine
check
in
it
the
out.
living room. No? Yeah, wonderful. Look, everyone's always told me Tasmania's a wonderful place. I just really haven't had the time to get there, so.
No, bucket list for sure.
Sarah for a second. It was a very ultimate flick, wasn't it?
Yeah. They have a style. They
Yeah,
definitely
they do.
have a style.
A lot of power in their wrists.
And I love how it's us versus them. We'll put them into their own category. Must be quite a lot of the disc golfers in Australia, at least, that have come from ultimate frisbee. And some of them play both still, I believe. Sarah's pretty high up there in ultimate frisbee in Australia. And I believe she still plays both, right?
Oh, yes, she does.
Yeah.
She was recently playing Understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keeps herself fairly fit and active. And throws discs.
Are you kidding me? She is the fittest person I've ever met in my life.
It throws discs on most days of the week.
Yeah. Yeah. And, it makes a difference. I think having that fitness, being in really good form makes a difference to your game. People will think maybe disc golf's not a super physical game. The fitter you are, the better physique you're in, the more control you're going to have in your body, the better movement you've got, and endurance as well, especially on a course like this. Yep,
Yeah,
great
great part.
Yeah, so that tree didn't really
She
block
runs
her
that
in
in.
too
She's
much.
very happy with that.
Why wouldn't you be? That was a really good putt. Again, uphill. Didn't let that doubt of a roll away get into her head at all. She just went for it. Yep.
Lovely.
Nicely cleaned up.
Par for Cassie. A lone par on the card.
We'll do a score check again after this in terms of where everyone's at. I'll give them a minute to get their scores entered into PDGA. Oh.
Just going to go to add quickly and then the whole flyover. Sounds good. Thanks for having
There's Alex. Do you know what? Alex Williams, RPM sponsored, Really up and coming player in FA1. Would have loved to see her in FPO. Just recently moved over to New Zealand. Couldn't make it here this weekend, which is a shame.
Disappointing.
Yeah. Looking forward to playing with you again soon, Alex. You're a lot of fun to play with. But New Zealand-wise, we have Simon Feasy, we've got Jacko. We've got a few good players from New Zealand over here for this champs. They're always coming across trying to steal our titles. I don't think it's going to happen this weekend.
I don't think so.
No, but you know what was great? Cassie went over there start of the year, their championship. Guess who took the FPO title? Our Cassie. Our Cassie Sweden took your FPO title, and that's amazing. Well done, Cassie. Look, I love Simon, Jacko. I love all the guys over in New Zealand. They're lovely. But, when it comes to national championships, I care about our people.
We want to keep it in-house. We
do. Because I don't know where Alex sits anymore. Is she a traitor for going over there?
It depends. I think the standard rule of thumb is if a New Zealander becomes successful, they become ours. So,
we claim them.
Yeah. So it's
gone the other way. She was here, she was successful, and she's moved there.
Yep.
Can't blame her. New Zealand, speaking of beautiful courses, beautiful places, amazing places, New Zealand is spectacular, pristine place to go to. You
urging.
can hear that frustration. She just doesn't feel like she's executing quite as she wants at the moment.
Urging the disc.
Yeah. It's a punishing course. You've got to be, those lines have to be exactly executed. And you can see they're always being forced to do a bit of a turnover or a shaped shot. And, definitely the last time I played this course, the MPO field, all the top players that came in were the strong sidearm or left-hand players, so it definitely favours that shot that's going to shape at the end, fade to the right instead of to the left. That was a beautiful shot by Tosh, by the way. Really well done. Look, just an easy sidearm.
Massive sidearm from Jen.
I told you, right? She's up there this weekend. She's
bit of respite on this hole
got a really good chance.
The 76-meter par 3. They haven't had a lot of gentle holes, so.
Just a bit same as Cassie, just pushing that tree a bit too hard. So I just wanted to come back and double check the scores after the first 9 holes. We have Jen on +3, so she is actually in front at the moment. Sarah's back 1 +4. Cassie's back another 1 +5, and Tosh is just a couple more back at +11. So it's all happening.
It's looking good for the weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
This competition, they're giving us everything we thought we'd hoped to get anyway.
Yeah, it's really exciting, but it's just changed a little bit there in the last couple of holes because Jen got a birdie and then a bogey, and Sarah got a par and then a double. So a couple of things happening. They've all got their chalk bags out this weekend.
Cassie just puts it up just outside, I'd say.
Yeah, it just didn't quite fade down as much as she would have hoped there, but it's considering the line she was playing between the trees, it's really
difficult standstill spot there. Sarah for her second. A little long, but it's up there.
So just tracking based on the scores at the moment, you know, I don't feel like there's tons of birdie chances out there on this course for the FPO field. You know, obviously don't have quite the same distance as some of the top in the MPO field. What do we think, you know, a top score in FPO is going to be after 18?
Yeah, good question. Today's going to be the measuring stick, I suppose. But it's looking like at this point, I'm going to say +5 would be an exceptional round.
Yeah, and I don't see that happening on these rounds right now.
See,
If we're
there you
already
go
at a
with no faith
+3. Great upshot by
We're all going to
Tosh.
light it up after this in this back nine.
Yeah, I'm thinking +7. That's my gut feeling at the moment. Last weekend, top score, which was in MA2, was a -3 from none other than a Melbourne player who's moved to Geelong. So go Vic, Chris Saxby. -3, slaughtered the rest of the MA2 division. Guess he'll have to move up to MA1. Go Cass, that was a great putt. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how the other divisions play today as well. But I think for the ladies today, you know, my gut feeling is around +7. We'll see.
I feel like I just saw Chris Saxby on camera before. I think he's carrying. I think he's caddying for Tosh at the moment.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, as you said that,
Is he?
I swore I saw him a while ago.
Yeah, right. So
Unless it's a really good lookalike. So shout out to Chris. You're probably not listening, but well done on the win last weekend.
yeah,
It's about 5 strokes, I think, wasn't it, in the end?
yeah, it was more than that. It was
12?
killer. Yeah,
Wow.
so good.
Sax Beast, they call him on the rollers. I'll take that nickname, I reckon.
Yeah, constantly being forced into straddle putts, the players, whether it's from trees or the hills.
Oh, sit down.
Ooh.
She just stared at it then and it stopped.
Yeah, because
She gave it the look.
we all know what's possible, and we've seen bad things happen on this course with rollaways.
Welcome, player. Commencing disc selection. Choose your driver. The Kotari. Choose your approach. The Kia. Choose your putter. The Tui. Selection
How cool are all the
complete.
stamps on the RPM discs?
They are. They're very pretty. It's hole 11. This is par 3, 69 metres, but is the first of our island holes.
And, you know, it's not just like having any old island. Look at the slant on this thing. Surprise, surprise. Welcome to Tassie.
Yeah,
Let's throw downhill, fast pace, getting forced to the left of a hill where you've got a tiny little island.
there's a mountain of things that can go wrong in this hole.
Yeah.
Right, Cass.
It's also, you know,
Tosh 3, Jen.
you can see here off the tee pad that the hill's raised a little bit in front of your face. So you kind of have to throw up. And, you know, for me, it's like a little bit of a shaped shot, but you've only got 70 metres as well. So you're throwing up, around, and hoping to fade back in to the island without skipping out. So even trying to pull more to the right and fade into the island is the landing, as opposed to throwing into the island and skipping out. But yeah, it's, you know, it's just not an easy shot, really.
Appropriately sponsored by the Derby Gravity Shack. I don't know about...
Gravity's coming into play here for sure. Here it goes. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's missed, unfortunately, for Jen.
Sorry, Jen. That's just this hole, right?
So it's not a big shot. It's not a long shot. It's getting it to stop. That's the problem.
Yep. Yeah, so she's pulled really right, and then is it going to skip back in though?
Yes, it is.
It's on the line, slightly in.
That's
It because it just came in so flat. it didn't get any skip. I think she's okay. Tori's just giving it a bit more height. I think that's looking real good. Oh, too short. What?
short.
Like, what kind of a hole is this? 70-meter island hole, and nobody can make the island. You
The
know,
worst part is she doesn't actually know she hasn't made it.
it's hard to describe. I mean, you can see it off the tee pad here, but that hill, the shape that you're forced onto, everything's just playing against you here. Obviously, it shows in the results that we're seeing. Sarah's in.
Safely in from Sarah.
Woo.
That's how easy it is, Emma.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's possible, but it's definitely not a gimme. I can hear some laughter coming.
So still only 2 shots separates our top 3 at the moment. So
2 shots, you said?
2 shots between the top 3. Yes.
I love it.
1 shot separation between each.
This is the type of pressure you want. It's got really keeping them focused or needing to focus.
I've known to be separators too.
Cassie's just sussing out her options a little bit here.
Yeah.
And Jen's just gone straight to the drop zone. There's a chance you can still go OB from the drop zone, which is the terrifying thing here. So look, she's laid up. That was smart because you can easily go a little bit long or a little bit left and go OB again there with the OB so close behind the basket. Ooh, yeah, okay, she's okay. What would you reckon that is? It's only 1 meter behind the basket that it's the OB, right? It's not far, especially when it's downhill.
Not at all. OB's never far enough.
Yeah, Cassie just laying up, being quite smart with it as well. She's already got 1 on the girls that went OB. Sarah, on the other hand, has an option here. She's been putting pretty well. So it's really going to depend on if she's feeling it, to if she's going to run it and try and get that extra stroke. Every stroke makes a difference with how close these girls are, but she has to think how she's feeling as to whether, you know, she should leave that opportunity for another hole or not.
Run it. Run it.
Looks like she is. Yeah.
Oh,
not confident enough.
She's been making them today, Sarah, so I backed her in.
Yeah. It's just really hard to run it from where she was, you know, full force and at height.
Really hard to ignore that view and just concentrate on what you're supposed to be doing, isn't it?
Cleaning up. So I think we had 2 pars and 2 bogeys on this hole from the looks of things.
I believe so. So that's a shot back on Jen.
Yeah. Yeah, so it shuffles things around a little bit.
This is a great battle so far.
Hi everybody, we're back. We just thought we'd take a moment, breathe deeply while the ad was playing where you couldn't hear us. Having a blast doing this live commentary, actually. I did it a while ago at the Vic Open, I think it was. A lot of fun, actually. You know, normally if I'm playing in the comp, separate time to the ladies or similar times. I'm not able to go and see what they're doing. So this is actually a really great chance to see them play their full game. I know that at Eruption the other weekend, I was able to track along for the last couple of holes and see what Cassie, Sarah and Tosh were doing anyway. Jen wasn't there. It's always fun to see how they're tackling the course and what they do a little bit different or definitely a little bit better than what I do as well.
Certainly, they've really come alive, Parked Media, in this this calendar year. I think back in, I'm going to say April this year, they barely even existed. So it's to think of the things that they're attempting to do now and bring you the live coverage via live stream is amazing, really.
Yeah, hopefully everybody that's not able to be there this weekend, even some of you if you're there, like dialing in and tuning in and watching what's going on. It's cool to be able to do it.
That's a lovely shot.
Oh, the rollerways! Oh no! I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I'm kind of like feeling her pain, but also feeling like, yes, this is what Tassie does. I'm glad I can see it.
Okay.
Oh, there's that evil streak in me, right? I wanted to do well. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but it's hard to describe that's the stuff that happens at this course until other people can see it. So we're sharing this with everybody.
Absolutely.
So what did happen with the scores on the end after that last hole?
So good. He smoked it.
So is that right? Jen ended on... Yeah.
Yeah, so Jen missed the island, took a bogey.
Yeah, okay. So Jen's +3, Cassie and Sarah are +5, and Tosh is +12. So I actually thought Jen and Cassie got a bit closer to each other on that last hole, but I must have missed something.
Ooh. Don't know if she's happy with that one, Tosh.
Isn't it right there?
Yeah,
did I miss something?
Saw a double teapot from her though, so okay. Hands on hips.
Double teapot. I haven't heard that one before. I love it.
And that's parked.
Yeah.
So it looks like we have quite a few people following along, which is great to see, watching the footage, and a few people in there commenting, saying hi, backing different people. Hello, everyone that's joined on and supporting the FPO card. Yeah, okay, so I see Tosh. Yeah, Tosh has actually came a bit shorter and more left than she was probably hoping before. Yeah. No.
That was for par.
That was for par, yeah. That's why, what did you say, the teapot?
That's right, the double teapot.
Yeah. I mean, she wasn't in a terrible place, but just not what she was hoping. Ooh. That would have been so good. Yeah, so things just, but the ladies are definitely playing some good disc golf. It's a challenging course. there's a couple of things that just aren't stringing together as I would like. You can start seeing a bit of frustration across them all. So yeah, I think many people in Australian disc golf wouldn't know Jen yet, right? And everybody this weekend coming into FPO champs would have been thinking about the battle between Cassie and Tosh.
Disconnection is about supporting Australian players, seasoned and up and coming. I have a fantastic team of players that help contribute to an amazing support network. Outside of our online and physical store, you'll also see us supporting events such as the Perth Open. Disconnection, connecting you with discs. Hey, my name's Reece Valios and I'm the founder of Disconnection. So I've been playing disc golf for about 10 years and the sport's done so much for me, and Disconnection is a way of me trying to grow the sport here in Australia. Our primary focus is keeping disc golf sales local, and this was the original reason for me creating Disconnection. Our goal is to grow and stock as many discs as possible so that players can buy them locally. Disconnection, connecting you with discs.
Yeah, so I mean, there's been a pretty epic battle going with Cassie and Sarah lately, and I think Sarah, up until last weekend, had beaten Cassie in several events in a row.
Yep.
Last weekend, Cassie just turned that around really by quite a lot. She really said, "Hey,
Remember me?
I'm here." And this is what I have, right? So yeah, it was pretty good to see. But yeah, I certainly knew after playing with Jen that she was a good chance this weekend too. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, really great shot for Cassie there. Yep. Opened up to the basket. Sorry, we're just having some adjustments made to our camera. Also a really good spot. So far they're making this hole look easy. I didn't feel like there were any easy holes on this course, but
hasn't been any so far.
Hopefully I haven't just jinxed anybody.
Our leader about to tee off on +3.
Yeah,
lovely.
She just says, "Hey,
yeah,
I'm going to see you and raise you by 1 meter."
So she's currently got a 2-shot lead over Cassie and Sarah, both on 5 over. Oh, and a good
kick. Yeah. What did you say? Sorry, 1-stroke lead?
So a 2-shot lead, and Cassie and Sarah tied up on 5 over.
Yeah.
And Jen's just 2 shots out in front. Tosh is sitting behind them on 13 over, but it's definitely, by adding Jen into the mix, has definitely given us the competition we all wanted. It's great to see.
Yeah, well, I mean, 2 strokes, it's still not a lot for them, but they're all in there. They're close. It's a good battle.
There's Chris Saxby. I told you he was there.
Well played last weekend, Chris. Looks pretty good to me. What's that?
Fuse, I think.
Fuse, yeah. Full pink fuse.
Good latitude disc. There's a lot of concentration on this card. There's no talking at all. But they all look like they're having fun, so that's the main thing. Approach from Sarah. Lisa didn't roll down the hill. For her second. Cassie, is she going to run this, Emma, do you think?
Look, I don't really call that so much of a run. She circles edge. That's for her, isn't it? Circle's edge. Am I seeing that blue line?
Yeah, circle.
She'll go it. Of course, it's.
Oh yes, and that's why.
That's
What a putt.
Cassie can
Yeah,
putt.
she's happy with that.
Smash the chain.
We saw it, Cass. We saw it.
Look, I didn't even need to watch. I believed in her for that. I'm like, yeah. Cassie's a very strong putter. Circle's edge, of course.
Oh.
Another great putt. Yeah.
Keeps the foot on the pedal. Keeps that two-shot
Well, look
buffer.
at that big smile.
Yeah, wow.
Love it.
Big move.
Things are happening.
There's the leg kick.
Yeah, it's a routine, right? I feel like I've got a routine as well. I just don't know how to talk through what it is.
Yeah, not a good putt.
Great putt. Yeah. And this hole's actually traditionally known for rollaways down to the right, for obviously more for side-on players, but it can happen if you accidentally flip something off of the tee pad as well.
And a par for Sarah. Yeah, playing that hole fairly well across this card. It's with 2 birdies and 2 pars.
Hey, my name's Reece Valios and I'm the founder of Disconnection. So I've been playing disc golf for about 10 years and the sport's done so much for me, and Disconnection is a way of me trying to grow the sport here in Australia. I come from a family of disc golfers. Both my father and my brothers play disc golf, and my oldest brother owns Pine Lines Disc Golf Course here in Perth. Our primary focus is keeping disc golf sales local, and this was the original reason for me creating Disconnection. I noticed more and more locals buying discs overseas, including myself, and there was just no outlet here in Australia. Our goal is to grow and stock as many discs as possible so that players can buy them locally. To do this, for the first 2 years, all profits are going back into buying the best stock. In only 7 months, we've grown from 300 discs to now over 4,000. Previously coming from an IT background, I know how important it is to have a functional and user-friendly website. So I created a platform that allows you to search and filter by brand, plastic, weight, colour, price, mould, you name it. So when stock comes in, we weigh, check and photograph every disc individually, so what disc you see on the website is what you're getting, and we post it next business day. We also send a free Zing Mini with purchases over 125 and free delivery Australia-wide, over 250. We also guarantee cheapest price for any disc in stock in Australia. Disconnection is about supporting Australian players, seasoned and up and coming. I have a fantastic team of players that help contribute to an amazing support network. Outside of our online and physical store, you'll also see us supporting events such as the Perth Open. Disconnection.
Okay, we're back, and I've just got to say that watching that ad even made me feel like I need to go out and buy some more discs, and I don't need more discs. I've got plenty, but you know, it's
Well,
the
I'm
curse
online
of
now
the
if you
disc
want to
offer.
jump on my order.
Anyway, so tell us about the hole, Jace.
So hole 14, over the road again. This road is OB. We're 85 metres. Stock standard, we've got trees almost everywhere you want to throw it. And it's slightly uphill after the road, I feel. But the road's fairly early, so I would expect that all our ladies will be trying to clear the road here.
Yeah, I mean, it's 85 metres to the pin, so well within their reach. It's just about them controlling the shot. Can't quite see where that
Ash has
one
lost that
landed.
one too.
Yeah. But this is a fun hole to play. You can see the hill. Yes, they're going downhill forward, but it's sloping
get round.
massively left as well.
Unfortunately, it was going straight for that tree out of her hand.
And did you see she had the roller? It's
Yeah.
just coming to, yeah. So, yeah, massive chance of rollaways on this specific hole.
I feel like this suits Sarah's little Annie that she throws it on.
She can find a gap. They've all really tried to push through quite far on the right, which is surprising.
Yeah, that's our second double teapot for the round 2 now.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Tosh does. Oh, this will be a firehawk, I reckon. Oh, it's coming nice out of the hand. Where's it going? Yeah, it's down there. It's a bit shorter than I thought it would end up. Did it hit something that I didn't see?
It might have taken a tree and dropped straight down.
Yeah, okay.
So we recap on the scores. That last hole's brought it in nice and tight. Jen's now 2 over. Cassie's 4 over and Sarah's 5 over. So a little bit of movement starting to happen on this FPO card.
Do you want to call it? Now, look, you're on camera. We're on camera. Tell me, who do you think is going to end up on top when all is said and done at the end of the 3 rounds amongst these ladies?
Look, I'm feeling Jennifer's going to get it done. I'm going to call it. She's been fairly solid, and she's just got such a well-rounded game.
Tell me this, though. Would you have said that before the game started when you didn't know anything about her? Even though I assured you she was good, she had what it took.
Yeah.
You're only saying that now that it's
the newcomer.
14 holes in
the
and she's there. Yeah, I reckon that's where it's at. I didn't actually check out Points Club. You know, there's Points Club that runs. No doubt there's some guesses about who's going to win the different divisions. I should have got in there and
so your tip
let it be known.
Is Jennifer as well?
Definitely Jen for me. Just on the course, just having played with her and seeing her consistency. She's got really good distance consistently, really massive sidearm consistently, and a really good putt, right? So this course specifically, the sidearm just plays to your advantage. So that's why I really backed her in, knowing that she had everything else as well. You know, we can't rule out the others, as I said, but I am really thinking that this is going to suit Jen better, and so far it's proving that only by a little bit. We'll see where things end up. Well, let's loop back on that. Yeah,
a hell of a lot can change.
Early days.
And at the end of the day, we just want a good and fair competition, don't we?
No, we want a tight battle.
Yep.
We want an epic fight. That's a nice creative camera angle there. I'm loving it. Hopefully she's not trying to go through that gap. Oh my gosh. I thought she was then. Okay.
That is
that was beautiful.
laser.
That's definitely one of her zones. I think she's got a red one and a green one. She uses for her sidearms as she's just done.
Just off a standstill.
A lot of people throw a zone for a sidearm.
Yeah, it's a pretty
approach,
reliable.
Right? Yeah, I don't have one. I don't think I've got. Well, I just don't have a sidearm.
I've got one I throw forehand approaches. You can put a lot of juice into it, and it doesn't really react. It just does its own thing.
Yep. So just look at the slope of the hill near this basket. So I think it's a bit grassier. I don't think that, as long as they're landing their disc fairly flat, there shouldn't be any issues, but you don't want to be given it any juice or any angle in there. Couldn't be any closer to the basket, really. That's classic Tosh approach game right there.
Yeah, hit your head on the way up.
Yeah.
Sarah managed to put her shot right behind that stump and that shrub. Here we go. Here's an ultimate shot.
Ooh! Oh. I loved to watch that just then. That was amazing.
And what do we call that one?
So close. I don't even...
scuba?
I don't know, because I feel like that was a combo of things, but I don't know. Alrighty, let's just get Cassie to clean up her part.
Should have no issues from here.
Yeah. Isn't it weird? We can hear it hit the chains before we see it. There's like a couple of seconds delay. It's so cool.
It takes a while for that sound to travel from Tasmania, apparently.
I actually love that.
Sarah for par, and Jen scrambled a good par there from where she was.
Yeah, well done. Hole number 15. Look at the view. We're coming downhill, finally.
Got a Mando there.
Up, around, across. We're going down, yeah. So there is a Mando, and, there's quite a few trees that are coming into play on this hole as well. And there's a lot of chance of rollaways on this basket. I don't know how obvious that was over there. But
I feel like it's something that we just say every hole. That there's rollaways on every basket.
We're saying it more and more, but I'm trying to emphasise the really bad ones. You can see we've got the Mando, we've got the OB Long Road. I don't think that the OB Long Road's really going to come into play on this one. They just want to make sure that they get through the Mando and give themselves an open approach to the basket. Sounds simple. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, 108 metres, so it's not overly long. But, yeah, obviously getting through that Mando's absolutely paramount. So that can obviously cause people to pinch a little off their shot sometimes, which makes 108 seem like 140. So our leader, Jennifer Lan.
Didn't ask her on the pronunciation of that when I spoke to her, actually. Is it Lan? Is it Lan?
There's probably only two ways you can pronounce it, I reckon. So we'll go with Lan.
She's found a little bit of rough there.
What I would like you to see you try and pronounce is where she's from in Estonia. Have you seen that?
Raplamar. Oh, I know I've slaughtered that. I've slaughtered that. Sorry to all of the Estonian people out there.
We'll try again every day, and we'll see if we can get closer.
That's a really good placement. That was a
Sarah.
nice little push out from behind the tree. She would have had a straddle anyway, but she's in a really good spot now. For Sarah, that was.
Tosh gets down there. Now Cass, who's backing out to 3 shots behind. On the same score as Sarah. Yeah, she's taking a tree.
So Cassie as well. I don't remember if we talked about it already at the start, but she's won a lot of our national championships. Been best female player in Australia for a long time, really, until we've seen the likes of Sarah and a couple others coming up and through and improving their game, forcing Cassie to be better, really. Cassie, nobody's coming and just overtaking Cassie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just you push Cassie and she pushes harder, right? So really great to see. In saying that, and really well deserved, Cassie has a long list of sponsors, right? So you can see she's wearing the Dynamic Team shirt. She's bagging all the Dynamic discs at the moment. I don't think Trespass is really her go-to disc, but I just need to throw that in there. That's my go-to disc. Love a Trespass.
Do you throw Trespass, Emma?
She does throw her Graces a lot. I know that. But in terms of sponsors, let's just mention them because they make a difference in our sport. Dynamic Discs, Disconnection, Zuka, Throw Pink, and Ladies First Disc Golf are all sponsors for Cassie at the moment. So thank you to those guys.
Yeah, wonderful.
Good? Yeah.
Forehand flex. Has she got a look from there, do you think? It's hard to say.
It's quite a wide tree, so it'll depend exactly how much of a step out she's got. Or she's going to get low.
Jen's got that zone in her hand again.
Yeah.
Then why wouldn't you?
A little bit of a tickle from the tree. Yeah, she pulled it a bit left.
A little bit.
Too far left for what
Looks
she would
effortless,
want.
doesn't it, that forehand?
Yeah, her forehand is, but I think she was just really in an awkward stance there with her footing and her reach back on her shot. So she was, wasn't a lot she could do there.
Maybe me? Jen, did you me? Yeah. And then you just... Which was on mine. Yeah, just be careful of the berries, yeah.
She did go wide there, didn't she?
She has not ended in a pretty spot. It's a shame. See what she can do from here.
Going with the same disc.
She's just going to try and get over it.
Carries a certain amount of a risk, that shot.
Well, look, but I think, that's strategic. It's not a wild gamble.
Yeah.
Coming from Estonia as well, they've got so many wooded courses over there. No doubt she's pretty used to playing over and around trees.
She probably calls this an open course.
Yeah.
Lovely approach.
So, yeah, speaking about nationals and the growth of the sport, this year's the first year that we've run our national championships across 2 separate weekends just because the field size is getting so much bigger. We've got a lot more players across the board, a lot more female players. Do we know, are you able to take a quick check how many female players have we got there this weekend and did we have last weekend? It's definitely happening, and especially when there's a lot of us, like at the moment I wasn't able to get over there this time round, right? So there's a lot of people over there and people that weren't able to get there that are pretty regular players as well. Pretty
So
good
we've
to
got
see.
12 this weekend.
12 this weekend, which is just FA1 and FPO, right? And then last weekend we would have had a lot more.
I think that is the other one. Sorry, no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, just 2 divisions.
Yeah, so 4 and then 8 in FA1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rough.
Yeah, Sarah just missing those putts she was making at the beginning of the round. Jen to save a bogey here.
Oh, she's going to run it too.
Want to get away with the
that's
bogey.
guts. I love that commitment. So is this tying her and Cassie up, do you think? Is that, am I tracking it right?
This will do a lot for the scores, definitely. So that's a par for Sarah.
Yep, nicely played.
So that she gets...
Another nice one for Tosh.
And a double bogey for Jen there.
Yeah. It's a bit rough, but... I think that was a bogey for Cassie, was it? So things are going to move around a little
tie it
bit.
up.
I think her and Sarah will become tied now and Cassie will be 1 back. Or maybe 2. Oh, hang on. No, she's got 1. Oh, she's got 3 on them at the moment, right? So she'll still stay in front by 1.
Choose your putter. The Tui.
That's a 1 shot each between.
Selection complete.
So hole 16, par 3, uphill, 97 metres. Yeah, just around to the left, but a big, wide open approach. No OB to speak of, no Mandos. Just a nice right-hand, backhand hole.
But it's, yeah, the uphill... look,
it's probably playing as 130 though.
It gets you, yeah, and the trees and the ditch. You don't want to be in the ditch. There's a ditch there. It's not OB. Actually, is it playing as casual relief or do you have to play from in it? It's a bit, you know, it's pretty bad footing in there. So if they get in there, it's not ideal. That, you know, maybe around where some of their drives would land, that type of distance. But ideally, they'll get across it. Just a basic hyzer shot, really. You know, probably for them to try and keep it straight. Oh, she's put some shape on that.
Get over.
Oh, see, there's that ditch.
That's that ditch we were talking about.
She was just a little bit low. So, yeah, I didn't actually check on the rules behind playing that. So we'll find out when they get down there just for this weekend.
Tosh a little left. She'll have a clear look at it from where she is.
Yeah, but certainly a lot of the MPO players, they'll be looking at an easy birdie on this, no doubt. They've just got the distance to park that pretty effortlessly. Because, yeah, it's pretty open for the backhand. Ooh.
Oh, it's fading really.
Yeah,
Taking a tree as well.
that is not ideal. That's going to keep things interesting. Cassie
Jen will be
really
trying
going
to
to be
keep it.
losing a shot on the card there.
Yeah, she'll be trying to keep it fairly clean. I feel after the last hole, and don't worry about the ditch, she says.
Clearly across the ditch, just out in the open. Well played.
But I do love what last hole. You don't want to see double bogeys ever in a round, but I do love what last hole did to the scores.
Oh, okay, so it's 1 point between them again. Yeah, so Jen's +4, Sarah's +5, Cassie's +6, and Toshi's a couple back still on +13. But yeah, so just shuffling that, actually she had a 3-stroke lead before. I thought she had 2, so yeah. And Sarah was in 3rd, so they're shuffling around, but Jen's still keeping out in front for now. But this point in the course is where you're probably really happy to be coming down the hill. They've been working hard up and down these hilly holes for 15 holes now, right?
Yeah, and it's probably getting to about that 21, 22 degrees mark by about now, I'd imagine.
Yeah, you're right. It's early in the morning, right? So it hasn't hit the peak temperature, but it's warming up. Yeah. Oh, it's landed
Lovely
okay.
approach.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Look at that view.
That water it almost looks fake, doesn't it?
Yeah. We're inside staring at a computer screen.
It's another off the knee for Cassie. That's 2 in 2 holes.
It is, but it's why it's important to have these type of shots in your bag. Be comfortable with being in different positions to throw and get yourself out of trouble, because it does happen. Just put a little bit too much on that one. It's giving yourself options in those shots as opposed to being in a super restricted stance. So she's just going to, so it's play it as it lies, it looks like. So she's just going to awkwardly stand across the ditch. Yeah. Not ideal, but anyway. Didn't cause her any issues, did it?
Good job of that.
Now I just need Jen to get in there nice and cleanly, which again shouldn't be any problem.
Just going to go for the putt from there. Not a half run, would you call it?
Whoa. Hasn't ended well. I hope she just cleans up that putt still. Yeah, just, they're really fading harshly with the slope of the hill, so. Ooh.
She'd like that one again, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's just the height adjustment there that just gets in your head, and
you have to aim a bit higher. There's no doubt about it. If you're playing uphill, you have to aim a bit higher. Getting it exactly right when every hole the hill's different, constantly readjusting. Obviously not an issue for Jen. She's feeling it. You have those days where all those challenges just aren't even an issue. Oh, right height just pulled to the side a little. Oh, it's becoming a bit of a mental game, you know.
You don't like to see this.
And yeah, there's a bit of, definitely, there's no doubt about it. There's some fatigue going on at this point in time after, playing all those holes up and down the hill, that it's,
Oh no.
Oh, she picked up her mark already. She would have been maybe better off reteeing. Oh, maybe not. It hasn't gone OB.
Yeah.
Replaying where she was.
6. All of a sudden.
That is hard. That's hard to watch, and it's, you know, you just don't feel like it's fair, really. However, it's probably going to happen to everybody at least once this weekend. That's
what you're talking about when you're talking about the rollways.
I mean, it happens out here.
Bogey for Tosh. If she makes this putt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so bogey for Tosh. So this has really pushed Cassie and Tosh back a little bit further.
Yeah, the quad bogey there for Cass. That's
rough.
In such a tight tussle between these girls on this card, the quad bogey is really going to blow things out.
Every shot counts, but at the same time, you know, it's only a couple more holes left today. Anything can happen tomorrow. Things can change.
Hole 17. It's an 81-metre par 3 downhill. And it's the second of our island holes.
This is a classic hole for Poimina, Tassie. You can see it's pretty breathtaking to look at. Look at all the greenery out here, like down this end of the course. Obviously where all the water runs off to, and the beautiful lush green trees down the bottom that are actually bordering the island, actually. You know, it's more of a natural island, if anything. So really hard again, you know, these island holes, not just a matter of getting it into an island, 80-metre hole, you know, what's the island, you know, 15 metres in some places, 1 metre off the basket in others, right?
Yeah, the basket position's a fair way back. So,
but you've got the shape. You've got the shape and the speed of the hill that, again, you can really skip out of that OB. If you look straight down, you can run the tunnel or straight and you can skip massively OB left. You can try and go hyzer over the trees on the right and try and just land into the island. Or you can try and do something straight, or as Sarah's doing here, a sidearm. A sidearm's probably your best bet if you've got it. She's doing high to take some speed and distance off of it.
No, it's not.
Just gone a bit short. Yeah. Yeah,
so there is a drop zone just outside the island on the front side. That's that zone again, isn't it?
Yes. You know, I think it's her go-to disc, really. That's gonna, I think, go long.
Check up.
Oh, that's
in.
pushed in. That's touching a bit of grass inside the line for sure.
Yep, that's in.
That's in. I mean, it's up to them to rule it, but, you know.
I'm calling it.
I've got eyes. That was a bit of luck, to be
It
honest.
was.
But
It was big,
take
that
it.
shot.
That was big. She used those trees as a backboard, and it paid off.
Tosh showing us the
That's-
backhand line, and that's
Oh yeah, that stayed
well
in.
done.
Nice.
Great shot. It's a simple backhand shot.
Oh,
Isn't it?
I love watching this hole. This is cool. Cassie's pulling out the sidearm as well, which we're seeing more and more from her.
That's fading.
Short.
Yep.
Yeah,
Drop zone.
it's a drop zone. Yeah, OB drop zone, not a hazard. So, and the drop zone is back up near the entry, I believe. Is it?
Just in the
Yeah.
front side of the
Yeah.
the island. So just off the island.
So from the drop zone, they can run a putt from there, but they have the OB close behind the basket again from that angle. So, you know, if it was me on that one, I'd probably be laying up and taking my medicine.
If it was me, I would be running it. And that's why I'm sitting here commentating and not in Tasmania this weekend.
Let's see what they feel like doing. It always depends how you're feeling at the time as well. If you've got the confidence, if your putting is on, why not? You know.
Yeah, look, I think
If you've hit every putt on the last 5 holes, why would you miss this one?
Yeah, and look, score dictates a lot of it
You're
too.
in.
Sarah's one shot off the pace.
You went out and then back in.
So she'd be looking to keep it fairly tight.
Just bring the coverage up.
And Cassie's just had a fairly substantial blowout in the last hole, so that's going to play into their minds of what they do for sure.
I'm excited. I love this.
The Jen's still at 4 over. Sarah's 1 behind and 5 over. And Cassie moves out to 9 over after that quad on the last hole.
Yeah, but she can come back from that over the next couple of days. I don't doubt it at all. And they've got they're looking for a lost disc at the moment.
What colour is it? White. White.
All right, so as you can see, it's pretty thick. It's really dense in these trees around the OB. They're struggling to find Cassie's disc. You know, I guess I'll have to call a timer warning on this at some stage. Did they find it? Oh, maybe they've found it.
Yeah, I mean, effectively, she's paying for the drop zone anyway, so
Yeah.
they can come back later.
Yeah. They'll have other cuts coming through behind them, no doubt. So got to honour that speed of play. Plus, everybody's, you know, sneaking out of work to watch this round this morning.
Got it.
Yeah, wherever you're watching this, whether some of you, I'm sure, are at work watching it.
How'd you get the day off today? You called in sick, or you've actually taken the day off?
Oh,
She ran it, and
Stacey.
look at that. It was close though.
No, I took a
You
day off.
planned a day off.
Now I'm upper management.
Cassie just laid out. She's not messing around. She doesn't have any more shots to risk there. Yeah, I've just taken the morning off. I'm heading out for the work Christmas party straight after this.
Oh, look out.
Can't wait.
You're going to back it up by commentating tomorrow morning?
Look, I may not be quite as fresh tomorrow morning as I was today.
Oh my God.
You know, but
Have some luck.
we're starting early. I'll be all right.
So, Jen, for a birdie putt.
Yeah, great
Lovely.
Oof. It was low, but
It was
it's
after
in.
the bush just
Great
nudged her back
birdie.
inside the island there.
Yeah, like, you know, you can argue whether it was
I was
deserving,
going
but,
20 long,
but
easy.
she got it. Yeah. I mean, it might have been part of the strategy. Use the tree
Possibly.
as a backboard.
Well, you did say she's, grown up playing a lot of wooded courses, so she might know her trees.
Yeah.
Sarah
Good
completes a bogey there after missing the island.
Yeah. It's one of those holes, right, where you're getting a birdie or a bogey quite often. But people will be quite happy to settle with a 3, I think.
Yeah, I think that's keeping it clean, isn't it?
What Tosh is getting there. Yeah.
Tosh did well to par up there.
Disconnection is about supporting Australian players, seasoned and up and coming. I have a fantastic team of players that help contribute to an amazing support network. Outside of our online and physical store, you'll also see us supporting events such as the Perth Open. Disconnection, connecting you with discs.
Alrighty, hole 18, par 3, 110 metres. There's the basket. You can see is actually across a little. We're spinning
Canal,
around a little canal. So I feel like the girls will probably try and fall short of the canal off of their drive on this hole and then go across on their second shots.
110, and the canal looks like it's probably about 95 away. So
they can get it. You just have to see. There's all this OB over there around.
Important to note the drop zone is on the other side of the canal too, so
yeah,
that could come into play.
It's 110. I think it's like 95. Yeah, no, 95 over because you're going to be over the cork and it's set off the cork of the boarding. And yeah, so if you want to just go the other, like up on the front, it's in rounds. Island to island. Kind of a yeah, that in between. You want to rip it.
You always can shade.
Yeah, risk and reward. Yeah, it plays like 95, but it plays, yeah. No, not at all.
Sorry. Hole 17, Sarah.
So is it time for a score update?
Yeah, so one hole to go.
One hole to
After
go.
17. Got Jennifer Lan on +3. She's our leader. Following her is Sarah Lee on +6. So 3 shots behind. Cassie 4 shots behind Sarah on 10 over.
And here goes Jen. She's just going straight over, is she? No, yeah, she's done the layup. Yeah.
And then Tosh 4 shots behind Cassie on 14 over. So the back nine's brought some separation, Emma.
It's lowered the scores a bit too. You know, remember I asked you what do you think will be the best score? And I think you said +5 or something. And I was thinking, way things are tracking, +7. But, you know, Jen's definitely turned it around. So it's good to see. That was a really good shot from, is that Tosh that threw then?
It was, yes. It's still a tricky sort of distance to get right, isn't it? She's gone for it.
She's gone for it.
She's gone for it.
I love it.
Get over.
Oh, she hit the board? Did she?
I heard a groan from our catch cam, so I'm going to say she just fell short.
Oh, man.
It looked good out of her hand, though, didn't it?
Yeah. It's so deceiving to tell the distance on the camera as well. I thought it was clearly over.
Cassie's definitely going for it.
It's flipping to OB, maybe.
That's...
No, it's
Oh,
short. They don't look short when we're looking from the other side.
I think when you take that
Wow.
angle, it's
Yeah.
that's a lot bigger shot. Yeah.
Good on them for going for it.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
what they're giving the fans what they want. That's what we came to see. Interestingly, our 3-shot outright leader didn't go for it though.
Yeah.
I feel
It's
like
just smart. It's like I said, there's just all that OB there. And especially it's one thing that there's the dream, but as soon as you've got the boards, they're stealing some of your distance because they're sticking up.
Absolutely.
If the boards weren't there, they would have got across and skipped towards the basket actually in both of those cases, I think. But they just smashed straight into the boards. And both of those girls can throw further than that, but it's easier said than done, and you've got the elevation changes here as well, which just can do weird things to your discs. But yeah, Jen's likely to take another shot on the others on this hole from that.
With that approach zone.
Yeah, very clean. Well, a bit short actually to the side, but I think she can putt that.
I think so.
From what we've seen.
If I was a gambling man, which I am, I would back her in.
Put 50 cents a win on it.
I don't think I've ever bet 50 cents on my life. So. Tosh to show us the strength of her game.
Course is looking pristine, I've got to say, like all the work they've done with the tee pads, the course signage, flags. Look at that. See, yeah, it's really looking great. They've put a lot of work into it.
Yep, looks like a place I need to get to. It's fairly dry. They call it a canal, but Cassie was just walking in it, so I don't think there's any water in at the moment.
Devastated that I'm not there this weekend, but yeah, let's March 2 heads. That's a thing. We need to get over there.
It could be a thing. Could be a thing. Don't tell too many people though.
The Tassie crew's all really nice as well. Oh, look, most places, everywhere's really nice actually, isn't it? Let's
Pretty
be
much.
honest.
It's a great community.
Yeah.
It's a great sport. From the drop zone. Come on, Kaz.
Yep.
Beautiful shot.
Ooh, was that you?
It's just every shot you get has a mountain or a bay or a river or a creek or something in the background. It's just a beautiful place, isn't it?
Yeah, just views in every direction for sure. Interesting, is this bit of bark that's been scattered around this basket? Not sure.
Yeah.
Bang.
Cashed.
Well done, Jen.
Yeah,
really solid round today.
3 over.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
I'll try and pick my mind.
Yeah.
considering she was 5 over early on.
Exactly right. That's why I was like, probably 7 over is going to be a good score for the ladies. She really pulled it back in, which is great to see.
Yeah, good finish from Sarah.
So
I think she'll finish on 7 over after that.
I think so.
Missing the island there. And Cassie will finish on 11.
Over on Tosh.
Tosh should maintain a 14 over with the par.
Yeah. Okay, so, a couple of shots between them all, but nothing extreme between one person.
No.
out in front, really.
I mean, I think I feel Jennifer was.
Thank you.
fairly,
Thanks, ladies. Well played. It's
yeah,
been
thank
great
you.
covering you today. Looking forward to
I'm not
coming
sure
back
they've
and
cut out
doing
yet,
it
so I'm
tomorrow.
just sit here waiting for
Thanks to
scores or
everyone
whatever.
who dialed in and joined us via YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you back again tomorrow.
Or if you're not doing anything this afternoon, we are also live streaming the MPO. So don't forget to log back in after your lunch break at work at 1 o'clock and check all that out.
We ain't going nowhere. You happy to submit it? Yeah, perfect. Cool. All right. Thanks so much. Thank you. I have no idea. I know.
Someone talk to me.
I do love this.
Not you
I'm
guys. Okay,
online.
thank you.
I'm online still. I'm waiting to be
Hey,
cut
my name's
off.
Reece Valios and I'm the founder of Disconnection. So I've been playing disc golf for about 10 years and the sport's done so much for me, and Disconnection is a way of me trying to grow the sport here in Australia. Our primary focus is keeping disc golf sales local, and this was the original reason for me creating Disconnection. Our goal is to grow and stock as many discs as possible so that players can buy them locally. Disconnection, connecting you with discs.